Good morning, Sonder fam. Welcome to Monday, the last Monday of August. So great to have you all. I'm Jennifer Krippner, and I am your Sonder Social facilitator this Monday morning. Welcome. Good to have you. I am dialing in from Minnesota, northern Minnesota. I'm up at our lake home. It's good to have you all here. So much to look forward to this last week of August and our beginning of September. So if you have your August journal, or perhaps you have your September journal, either one is fine as we wrap up this August week, or if we bring in the new September week, either one is great. So glad to have you with us. Also with us in the chat is Karen. She is here from California. And if you just want to do a nice little welcome and wave, if you have any questions, she'll be in the chat with you, helping us navigate between the August or the September journal, looking at different page numbers. You can use both, as she says, and so we're here to help you navigate setting up your week. I have been a Silk and Sonder member since March of 2020, so quite a long time. Love to see in the chat if we have any new members with us, so we can help you learn and navigate how to set up a great week so that you can be productive, but also so you can just be on point and really enjoy learning about Silk and Sonder. So we have some great new people here with us. Welcome. And you have your September journal. That's awesome. One thing as we get started today, you can see in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, there's a drop down when you're using the chat. If you want to just make sure that you change it from host and panelist to everyone, that way we can all see what you are saying, so that everybody can see your comments. So just switch that over from host and panelist, because that just goes to Karen and I, and just switch it quickly over to everyone. So lots of new members, some anniversaries for a year, and then a couple people here for the second time, or second month with Silk and Sonder. So great to have you all. So let's get started. We've got a busy hour ahead of us. Again, the theme this month is tranquility. We absolutely love this theme of thinking about how can we find some more calm, find some more ways to really be thinking about that tranquil time that we can set aside for ourselves. And before we dive into being together in the chat, being together during our time together, again, our community here is so important to us. So again, just being kind and courteous to ourselves, right? We're here for ourselves. We're really here to begin to elevate our own health, both emotional health as well as our well-being. And so let's just really be present for our time together. And again, let's use the chat in a way that's supportive of using our Silk and Sonder journal to set the week up. So let's stay focused on what task is at hand. So no promotions or spam. Let's be respectful of our privacy. You can read what's on the screen. Hello at Silk and Sonder is great if you have any customer care inquiries. And I really think that, Karen and I are just here to facilitate these. We are not employed by Silk and Sonder. So if you have any questions about your journal, hello at Silk and Sonder is great. And again, this is really just a tool to help elevate your own emotional health through the power of community. So again, just welcome. Great to have you here, and we're ready to get started. So our agenda today, each week, we focus on a mind map, and I have some examples so you can see where we've been this month with the theme of tranquility. And I'll show you that once we get done talking through the agenda. Second, we'll focus on what's called a rosebud and thorn, and that really focuses on a look back over the past week. And then we'll go through the weekly setup, and then we will close. So as we think about our mind map, The mind map can be used on a blank piece of paper. It can be used in the journal or out of the journal. There are ways that we can explore how we embrace a sense of tranquility in our lives. So there's been 5 different Mondays or weekends in August. And so we have 5 different themes that we're focused on. And I'll do a look back here over the last 5 weeks. So the first week is thoughts. So how can acceptance of things and people in our life lead to more tranquil thoughts? That was our first week. Emotions and feelings. What can you do to address and accept your emotions and feelings to be or feel more tranquil? Being active. How might you want to be more active to bring about a sense of tranquility? And then slowing down. So the opposite of being active, how can you slow down in your life to feel more a sense of tranquility? For me, that one really stuck with me because slowing down to me feels more tranquil. How can I find calm and peace? And in what ways? Maybe it's sitting in my hammock, reading a book, looking out at the sunshine. That feels more tranquil. And so here today, we're unveiling the 5th week of our mind map. And that is, what things in your life do you need more of and do you need less of? And how could you address this need for balance? So as we think about tranquil, and I think it's about being active and about being slowing down, how about our emotions and our feeling? What do we need more of and what do we need less of? And so I'm going to give you a couple examples here. Actually, just a couple of examples of layout ideas. I love this one on the left. They see kind of that sunset with the water and then the different waves coming and going. And on the right is this beautiful flower. And so the different petals are the different weeks. And here on the left-hand side, you can just see they just drew lines, and each week had the different themes. And on the right, they just did week 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So balance, for more me time. I really have been neglecting me wants, needs, and have been given everything to those around me. So this person wants more me. And on the right, less giving to everybody, and how to achieve this and not hurt my relationships with other people. So more me time and less giving to everybody else. So these people use just a notes page to do their mind maps. You could do this anywhere. You could just do it on a blank piece of paper. You don't have to use a notes page if you don't. And so here's the question again, week 5, balance. What things in your life do you need more of or do you need less of? And how might you address this need for balance? Another example of a layout, you just write little squares on a piece of paper. And so here again, to find balance, you might consider what you want to connect more to or withdraw more from. How to find more tranquil balance in the coming days. Or what things do you want to embrace more of, or what's holding you back? So a couple more ideas on here. Maybe you want more friend dates, or maybe you want less judgment and assumptions. Perhaps you want more gratitude and optimism. So those are some examples. I am going to give you, let's see if there's one more slide there. Nope, that's the next one. So I'm going to leave this screen up. I'm going to play a song and I'm going to give you time to write out your mind map for week 5. And all you have to do is draw, if this is new for you and you haven't started your mind map, just write in what do you want more of and what do you want less of in balance for your life. And then we will be back here very shortly. All right, welcome back. And thanks, Pamela, for talking about less clutter and less stuff and really trying to find more simplicity and lightness in your home. And it looks like you're going to have some fun with decluttering. Tanya, it sounds like part of your balance will be finding those unfinished projects and making more headway and trying to bring some more closure this week to some of those. Rihanna, less judgment on your to-do list and schedule. I love that. And you're going to focus on giving yourself grace this week. And I think ending the month like that is a really healthy way to close out the month and you know what, not judging yourself, just being this is the way it is. And you know, every week we get to start fresh and start new. And that's what I love about the journal, and that's what I love about doing these Sonder socials is every week we get to start new and start fresh. And I think that's fabulous. And one way that we can do that, let's turn to page 50 in our August journal, if you have that. And if you are using your September journal, perhaps you just want to take a blank page, or like Karen said before, your scratch pad for this week. And let's take a moment and pause and reflect on this past week before we dive into the new week. And we like to do what's called the rose, bud, and thorn. The rose is a highlight, something that went really well this past week. And yes, Cheryl, my grandson was born. My bud is an emerging opportunity, and then a thorn is a challenge. And I really invite you all, I'll give you a song to reflect on your week, and then when you're done with that, share in the chat, but I'll share mine. Last Sunday, I hosted a family reunion of almost 30 people at my cabin. My bud is I have an upcoming visit with my grandson, baby Brooks. He is my very first grandchild, and he was that picture. He was not quite a week old. He's now almost, well, he'll be 3 weeks old on Wednesday. So he's going to come and see me for the first time. And then my thorn is I'm getting over being sick with a cold. I think last weekend with my family reunion, I got something. So I was pretty sick this past week. So I have to get better so that baby Brooks can come and see me. I had to put a picture in there because I know that I talked a lot about being a first-time grandmother in July. And so I wanted to share with all of you baby Brooks. And so I invite you all, thank you everyone for your congratulations. I invite you all to start to think about your rosebud and thorn. And then I am going to play a quick song. And as you write out your reflections, please share in the chat what your rosebud and thorn is. And then I'll be back here shortly. So many great things to celebrate, so many great roses. Happy birthday, Dinah. It's so wonderful to have you with us on your birthday. Thanks for taking time out. And upcoming birthday to Tiffany. So hopefully I didn't miss other birthdays. Um, and it looks like there were some concerts and also I saw a puppy. I forget whose puppy it was. Having an upcoming bud is having your house to yourself so you can begin writing. I love that. And Lynn, I just want to say congratulations to you for dancing and being up in front of everybody, and like Karen said, zoom out and just be in awe of yourself for being on stage and dancing. I am just, that is a remarkable accomplishment. So that is very good for you. I think it was Jennifer that has a new fur baby. A lovely date night, Rihanna. That's amazing. And then there's just so many to look at. It looks like maybe some roses are schedules back to normal once school starts. So that is good. I like having kind of just that kind of rhythm, right, and schedule going back to school. So Nan Lau, I think I'm saying that right. Rose went to a concert, so there was another concert. So I think that's kind of festival time, right? End of August, so lots of concerts happening. And Backyard Project is slowly and surely coming along. I think I have that happening here too. Lots of plants being done before the freeze happens in Minnesota. So thank you all for sharing your rosebuds and thorns. I think it's helpful to really look back and look forward and thinking about what's going to happen. And so it's really good to share those with your community. All right, let's get started in planning our week out. And I'm going to shake it up a little bit today. And I'd like us to turn to page 54 in August or page 28 in September. And let's get our look at our weekly spread. So before we dive into our to-dos and our goals and our habit trackers, let's look at what perhaps our whole week spread looks like. And I'd like to go back to our mind map and think of those things that we want to do more of or to do less of, and how we might think about our balance with tranquility. Now we look into the one thing box, or we look into the middle of the page. How might we take those more of or less of items and put them into our weekly spread? So again, I think it was page 54 in August or page 28 in September. And so this is my week, and I am going to be grateful for those tranquil moments. So I am going to each day write in there where I can be grateful for, where I have those hammock moments, right? Those were the things that I want more of. Those moments where I can just pause for a moment and really just settle in and have a moment of calm. But also, I also decided this week to find where I can have that balance, right? Where I can really think about, I can be productive, but I also can have those moments of calm. And I'm going to actually write out in paragraph form how I also created those moments for myself. Here's a couple. If you don't want to bring over the mind map activity into your weekly spread, I thought I'd give you some examples of different ways people lay out their weekly spread. So here you can see up on the top in the one thing area, people might want to write affirmations. On the right-hand side, they just might have a word of the day. People might want to just write in their schedules or to-do lists for work or home. A couple more, again, different words for the day. Somebody tracks their steps in the one thing box. And then just different ways of using doodling or drawing pictures, different examples there as well. And then I thought I would share this little graphic from Silk and Sonder because I think it's really important to think about, are we being busy or are we being productive? And busy might look like everything's got to be perfect. I need all the details. I need to multitask. I need to work harder, not working hard enough. And I need to say yes to everybody all the time. And then being productive could be really taking action based on purpose. I'm zooming out and looking at the bigger picture. I'm focused on one task at a time. I'm working smarter. I'm perhaps result focused and I'm having some boundaries. And so that is the way um, that I like to think being busy versus being productive. So, as we think about setting up our week, I'm going to give you a song and let you set up this week and kind of get creative around the way that you want to do that. And I will be back, and I'd love to hear how you set your week up in the chat. So many great ideas. Thank you for sharing, and thanks for being able to share in Sonder Club your actual examples of so we can see, and you might see those here in one of your Sonder socials coming up. So I love creating a random word picker wheel, spinning it in the morning, and putting that in your one thing box. That's awesome. Awesome. Michelle, you try to color code your markers and washi tape for the colors in the journal. I think that's great too. Today's word, Dinah says, is challenge. That's a great one for the day. So that will be fun to see how you incorporate that into your day. So some people use this weekly spread for the daily rituals. And that's a great way to use this as well. I'd love to see how these inspire you to maybe do something different. And you might just try it for a week and see, or try it for a day and see what you think. So let's now go back a couple pages and turn to page 52 and 53 in August, and 26 and 27 in September. And this is what the spread looks like. This is mine. I used one color this week, and you can see I have mine ready to go for the week. I want to feel rested, well prepared. And those are going to really focus in on my goals for the week. And I did 3 categories: self, home, and others. And then in my to-dos, I decided to do an end of month check-in in that area and repurpose it. And I have 4 habits and activities I'm tracking. My meal plan I'll talk about. I'm tracking my wardrobe for the week so I don't have to think about it. My shopping list is all about connections. And I'm loving the anticipation of a week at my lake home by myself next week. My husband's going out of town, so that never happens. So that is what I'm excited about. So I'm going to break it down for you though. Here's another layout of somebody else's. I just wanted to show you the difference between one color and words only versus lots of colors and stickers and drawings and shading. This is your planner. You do the way that you would like to do that. And it's very fun. So let's talk about how we're going to set this up. I'm going to focus first on how we want to feel in our weekly goals. We're going to do that and play a song. And then we're going to do weekly to-dos and habit and activities. And then I'll play a song. Then we'll do meal plan, lots of repurposing ideas. And then we'll focus last on mind, body, health, shopping list, and I am loving. So let's get started. How I want to feel and our goals. Could we possibly connect how we want to feel with our goals for the week so we can be successful? How we want to feel, we could, and our goals, could we do our goals with home, work, and self? Maybe we want to categorize those. I love this one on the left: calm, confident, capable, courageous. And then their goals say, I am confident, I am capable, I am calm. So you can start to see the connection so that they can be successful there. This person, they wanted to, they wanted to declutter. So they also then put it in their to-dos, and they also put it in their habits and activities. So you can start to connect the theme throughout. Here's a couple more: organized, confident, flexible. And then you can see in their goals that that supports it. In the middle, they want to feel present. I love the writing and the design here in their writing and bubbles. And then small ways to be more productive. So again, in your goals, can you set specific achievable goals? Can you delegate busy work? Can you go on do not disturb? Can you use positive self-talk? Just different ways that this is helpful. And let's see a couple more examples of just different ways to write this out. And a couple more: how you want to feel and your goals. And this is the Eisenhower matrix. So if you have a lot of goals for the week, on the top left, what are important and urgent? You need to do those. And then the others maybe are important but not urgent. You can decide if you want to do those or not this week. Not important, maybe you want to delegate those. Not important, not urgent, maybe you want to delete those, and maybe they're not important to have on your sheet this week. And then I love this example. We have a ton of things that we want our goals to do or to-do lists. Maybe this delete, delegate, and redefine is important, but what's our capacity? And that's really maybe what needs to go on our list. So I'm going to play a quick song. I'm going to let you figure out how you want to feel and what your goals are. Please share in the chat what comes up for you, and I will be back here briefly. All right, thanks for walking through that. A lot of balance people want to feel this week, and I think coming to the end of the month, that's an important thing to do. Also, this is your journal. If you just want to use one color and write in your handwriting, I think that's good too. Don't feel like this is a comparison to, a contest or anything. Use your own journal, and I think that it just needs to speak to you. So let's move over to weekly to-dos and our habit and activity tracker on the same page. So here's a couple examples. You can just use a bullet list. If you don't have weekly to-dos and you just want to use this space for stickers, you can do that as well. You can number your list. Lots of other ways that you can use this. Like I said, I'm doing an end of month check-in. People like to use a bingo, like you just put in squares and you write things down that you want to get done, and then you can just check them off, and it feels so satisfying. Other things, a to-do list, like things that you've accomplished during the week. People like to use different categories, so things that you need to do, want to do, or wish or hope to do. um, homework or self, an AM and a PM list, a bullet list, stickers. You could doodle, you could write your affirmations in there. So those are great things. Dinah says for some of your pages, you print out the headings and glue them into your book. That's a great idea as well. Here's an example of a bingo list. And you can see they added some categories for their habits. On the right, they use gems, goals, ease, and micro actions. And then on the bottom, and they got very specific with their AM and their PM pills. They put 2 check marks. They did 3 fruits, 3 veggies, PM, brush teeth, weight, stretch, nap, and then added a water plants. I like that as well. And then more habit and activity examples as well. So you can see here many examples of different types of things to track. I love that they're tracking their journaling, quiet time, no caffeine after 2, how much fresh air they're getting in a day. And the big X means they're not going to track that weekend. They must have plans to do. And again, you don't have to fill in every box or every line. A lot of times I just do 3 or 4. So Dinah says your weekly to-do list is do what makes me happy for my birthday week. I love that. Makes sense. Some people like to fill in the circles ahead of time, knowing that is the day that they're going to be able to do their yoga or walk outside. So fun activities to be able to track, things that keep you focused. And so I'm going to give you a couple minutes to fill this page out, finish filling this page out, and I will be back here shortly. All right, thanks for sharing some of your habits and activities. So, Regina, it looks like making bed, prayer, and reading your Bible for 30 minutes. Those are three really solid activities and habits to have. And I love that you just chose three. You didn't have to fill in all five spots. I think that's ways to set your week up successfully. Robin, walk, arm exercises to bed by 10 each night, drinking 60 ounces of water. I think that's also really good and supportive. Dinah, checking the garden, no technology after 10. Check your trackers and adding silk and sonder rituals to your daily routine. Awesome. Lynn, every night your kids ask you to play Uno with them. Make sure I can say yes to them throughout the week. That's awesome. That's really super cool. I love that. And it's so easy to say, no, I'm busy. I don't have time. Why don't you guys just play? But I love that. I think that's awesome. So let's move to the next page, which is our meal plan, mind, body, health, shopping list, and I am loving. And so we've got lots of things to do with our meal plan page. And as you can see here on the left-hand side, this is an example of mine. So I get migraines. I use my mood tracker as a symptom tracker. And so I like to track exactly what I eat and drink every single day. And then I can go to my mood or my symptom tracker and see if anything correlates that to migraines. And so that's how I use mine. But you can see on the right-hand side, there's so many ways to repurpose this page if you don't just want to track what you eat or you don't plan your meals out. So I'm going to walk through all these examples in the next coming slides. Let's look through and see what we've got here. So if you have needs to track any health symptoms such as glucose monitoring, you can do that. There's a symptom tracker in the top. A daily debrief on the bottom left. Maybe you want to just write down what happened that day. Daily scriptures, you can track there. School or homework that's coming up. Or maybe you've started it already. How about the word of the day? Whoops, I went too far there. Word of the day, maybe you want to expand on that. How about just reflections like the GLAD acronym, which is grateful, learned, achieved, and delighted. And then how about affirmations? Or maybe you want to do journal prompts with sticky notes. And then underneath the sticky note, you can write your answer. How about a chore list? Or perhaps you're decluttering and you want to go room by room every week or every day of the week. Maybe you just want to track your appointments that you have. Maybe you have a lot of healthcare appointments or other types of appointments or your Sonder Social appointments. Wardrobe tracker or packing list. You have an upcoming vacation. Maybe you just have a checklist and you have a bunch of things that you needed to keep track of this coming week. There's also the 7 types of rest. And since there's 7 days of the week, maybe you just want to relabel them. And they're listed right here on the left-hand side. Feels and meals. Maybe as you track what you're eating, you also want to track how they made you feel. Were you bored? Were you excited? Were you anxious? And how did that correlate with the food that you ate? And then what about a self-care plan? Or what about weekly reflections, like your favorite song or your favorite moment, quotes, highlights, favorite romantic moment? What about your accomplishments? All of these great ideas that you have. And so let's take a few moments and let's think about, I'll play a quick song and let you set up how you maybe want to use that. And I'll scroll back and forth through these examples to give you some ideas. Share in the chat how you're going to use that this week. All right, I'll be back. right, getting that we're coming up on time, I think I'll move on to the next section, which is Mind Body Health Plan, shopping list, and I am loving. And so let's look at different ways and ideas that we can use these sections. I love these ideas for Mind Body Health. Motivation Monday, Transformation Tuesday, or in the middle, Breathwork Wednesday, Yoga Thursday, or on the right-hand side, we could do Friday, something I did for someone, Saturday, today I achieved, Sunday, today I overcame. Some really good prompts or things to do. And maybe you want to take some of these ideas and move forward, or perhaps you want to use the daily dose of happiness chemicals. So for dopamine, for motivation, maybe try something new, or listening to music, or set or achieve a small goal. Oxytocin for connection, hug a loved one, snuggle with a pet, connect with friends. Serotonin to boost your mood, bask in the sunshine, practice gratitude, savor nutrient-rich foods. Endorphins to ease stress, exercise, take a warm bubble bath, get creative, paint or dance. I think I saw somebody in the beginning said they were going to paint with oils. So there's your endorphin to ease stress. Somebody else on the right-hand side said, just let it go. Let go of future worries. Let go of having to do it all. Let go of always needing to eat healthy. And then they have their shopping list. They need some Cascade, and then they love going back to school. And then on the right, 3 things to notice daily. What energizes you? What are you grateful for? And what's not working, and why? So that's how they're going to use their mind, body health, perhaps. Couple other examples. It's mind, body health is their home cleaning plan. Maybe just different ways to write down things that they want to love themselves, be quirky, be kind. Different prompts, emotional rest, really focusing on that on the bottom left. And then their tranquil meter, walk, watch, water, wait, and want. A couple more ideas here. Cleaning, stretching, said no, worked on a puzzle, just different ways to track. And then lots of ideas for shopping lists, different ways that you want to use bingo for that. Lots of bingo ideas here, different things that you need to go pick up or purchase, or maybe you want to do it with your Wordle. And then just different ways of quotes. Here's your social check-in. And then I am loving. So I am loving myself. I love Silk and Sonder. I love me. And then here is my playlist. So let's just go back. I can scroll through a couple of these. I'd love to hear from you. I'm not going to play a song, but I'd love to hear from you how you are going to be doing this area for yourself this week. Any thoughts on how you use Mind Body Health Plan? I know Karen looks like we're close to the end, so sorry about running over. Love to see your examples in Sonder Club. Please post, may I see the weekend checklist? Is this the page, Joanna, you're looking for? Let's see, sorry. I'm not sure I have the one you're looking for. It's also on Instagram, she said. So here's the end of the social. Refer a friend, QR code and link that Karen has. Also upgrade to an annual subscription. This is a new thing they're offering. You could save over $110 a year. And again, join us with the app, the Sonder Club app. You can follow us more. And then obviously, please look at all the videos in the YouTube link. It's a private YouTube link. And Karen has been so kind to put all of those links in the chat, so you have them as well. We love having you as part of our Sonder Socials. Please, please, please come back. There's more throughout the week. And we will also be doing our September setup, which has completely different pages that we'll be covering. So have a wonderful week. Everybody stay well, be healthy, and enjoy your week ahead as we wrap up August. And take care, everyone. Thanks, Karen. Thanks, everybody, for your patience, and have a great week.